Greetings, everybody. Welcome back to Blades in the Dark. We're heading into session 10 here. Last time, our scoundrels ran into some issues with Lord Vorus and his crew of hired bluecoats. Yeah, he has some sway in the city of Doskvol.
He wandered over into our hideout and wanted to murder him.
Yep.
So
that's right, you ran into some trouble.
He ran into trouble.
So I think the scene here is Penelope is upstairs.
I guess I'm probably in the downstairs.
Yes, and as soon
room.
On the main level
as soon as I see that they're on their way, I dash to the back, let them know what's happening, and get ready to disappear into the sewers.
Okay, so let's talk about this crew advance real quick that you guys are taking.
Yes.
Because... Are we literally advancing to adapt to the situation that just came up?
I mean, if it benefits
that
us,
feels like
no...
cheating.
This is like a movie, and we write the movie.
The only reason why it feels like cheating is because James decided to leave it on a cliffhanger.
The whole idea behind this game, Nick, is that you flash back and make better decisions based off the situation you're currently in.
Yes.
Can you retroactively modify your decisions?
No.
I wouldn't think so.
But you can make new decisions based on what you see, based on new information.
So does that mean that we can just sandbag crew upgrades until we really need to figure out what we actually want to do with them?
No. Wait, what?
You can save crew upgrades if you would like to.
I mean, that's basically what we've done here. Is we're retroactively constructing our escape route, but we have to have
because it's like every cool heist movie where the audience sees the scoundrel heroes trapped in their hideout, and then we flash back to 2 weeks ago, where Marco and Ptolemy are like, Vorus is coming.
It's like, guess what?
Don't worry.
We're one step ahead.
It's called tunnels and
underground maps and pass keys.
Yes.
So the description is you have you have easy passage. What?
Do you want your own pencil?
I'll just pass it back to you in a sec. You have
I can get.
You have easy or Nick can get it. You have easy passage. Thanks. Through the underground canals, tunnels, and basements of the city. So basically, you want to take this upgrade to be like, hey.
We have a secret way to get out the back and down into the sewers. Right,
so I think we should flashback and talk about that. However, there is one other thing with this. You get an additional upgrade box, because you get 2 upgrade boxes per advance. So this underground passageway only takes up 1 of those.
Woo!
We're going to table it until we need it for something else.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Yeah, now that we know that we can do that. So what does this
escape route lead to?
The sewers.
The sewers and the old mushroom tunnels beneath the city.
Stinky.
Places where thieves can skulk about and hide.
We'll have a shroud of stench around us.
You got a little bit of donut in your lower lip on the left.
Thank you.
Your left. There you go.
So let's flash back and talk about how this transpired. How did the crew get this set up and ready?
So me being completely and utterly paranoid now that I have this paranoid paranoid trauma, I basically I talked to Marco and I talked to Caelin and I was like, hey,
you only get more paranoid talking to me, man. I'm the reckless
one.
It's
like it snowballs.
I want to steal this and this, and I was following this rich guy around the rich neighborhood. And you're like, oh my god, this guy's a fucking.
No, I'm not being very helpful. I'm elsewhere.
No. So I bring this up to you guys, but not as anything to do with Vorus or the Bluecoats, which were completely not on my mind.
Oh, okay.
I brought it up just in case this mummy were to show up for some goddamn reason, because I'm like, oh no, mummy. Oh no, if the mummy comes, I'm going to be screwed again. And so we built this tunnel.
I also feel like it's important because of Havelock's relationship with Arthur. Because number one, Arthur has to sneak out and sneak in a lot because he can't actually be seen as a person. And probably at some point he probably also figured, oh, Arthur can't be caught. He's actually a famous person.
Yeah.
So he should have a way to get out of here in case anything horrible happens.
Yeah.
Or the building burns to the ground. Plus, not having a back door is not up to code. And if anything, Havelock's is always up to code.
So I don't know how you want this to be depicted, but I was thinking it would probably behoove us to have it not be just a giant hole leading into the ground.
Yeah.
It should definitely look like something else.
It's just a giant hole covered with carpet.
No, that's totally
not a sewer.
Please don't step on the carpet.
Keep in mind, this upgrade doesn't just give you an exit from your lair, it gives you another highway to travel all over.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's bonus. It applies everywhere.
Is it hard to get to the sewers from elsewhere in the city?
In some houses, yes.
How about there's like a wardrobe with like a false back that's covering a hole?
Oh, like Narnia.
Yeah.
Like Narnia, but less.
And you walk
except for
definitely less magical.
Yeah.
Like, you have to know.
Mr. Tumnus, what are you doing here?
You have to know.
That's not Mr. Tumnus
shooting up and like eating garbage.
And then you can like.
It's a whole different world.
So
I like that. I like that.
And shut it behind you.
So wait, like a trick handle that you have to open? Or?
It's like a
robot
false
chicken
back.
episode.
Okay.
So like if you open it, it looks like just like a wardrobe, an empty wardrobe. And
except it smells terrible.
Why does this smell like shit?
Well, it doesn't.
We
It
keep
probably doesn't go.
rats in there to hide the.
It probably doesn't go directly into sewage water.
No. I think there's
You have
some
to
distance.
go
Open it up! Wow!
There's that sewage just coming out of
Yeah. So that seems like a interesting way to go about it.
Okay.
It keeps with
like
the
that.
clothing.
Yes, absolutely.
It would make sense why there's a wardrobe down there.
Cool.
A wardrobe.
Now I feel less.
So the wardrobe has like
now
a false
I feel
back.
now I feel less antsy about like.
How to get out?
Well, like maybe
ladder?
I won't burn this place to the ground yet. Yeah.
Well, they know it's Havelocks in that we're here, so they will keep coming back.
They might burn it to the ground.
Yeah. How are we going to deal with
They
Boris? Because we don't believe that he has told anyone else that he knows.
Yeah, he has
who
no
we are.
intention.
But we either need to scare him into submission or like kill him or get him
Probably
locked up.
He's only tier
Those are
1.
three.
We could easily take him.
He's only tier 1?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, you're on equal footing with him.
That's why when he's here,
I
I'm
go
like,
up
you
and punch him.
clearly don't know who we are. Because we're on the verge of tier 2 right now.
I think he was going to kidnap us and possess us with ghosts.
I mean, he doesn't know
that was
anything
close.
because like I'm a god now. So.
Well, don't tell us in case it happens.
So Arthur scrambles downstairs in the guise of Penelope after he sees probably about 20 blue coats in this.
20 blue coats?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
He said
so
2
here's the
blue
thing.
coats.
Voris is leveraging his weight in the city and your guys' wanted level. So he's been saying like, hey, these are the guys who stole, have been stealing all this stuff, right? That sort of thing. So the blue coats bring out 20 men, and you can see Voris in the back talking to the commander as Arthur, as you run down the stairs. You see that. So how does this play out? You know they're going to come up to the door in a sec. They're going to knock, and if they can't get a response, they're going to burst through the front door. So what's the plan?
Should I do it?
They are so gonna find the hideout.
Do we have any things we need to take with us?
The only thing
unless you can stop them from going any further.
Do we have any evidence of other heists sitting around?
The only thing that we have is our vault with our coin.
Your 8-coin vault is in here. You have a workshop too that's set up and prepared.
We have that fucking fabric with the scribble all over it.
You got the fabric too.
We have the mask. You need to take the mask with you. Unless you just have that at home.
So moving the 8 coin, your guys' haul is going to take some time.
Oh,
that's a lot of cash.
Should I pull out the Skurlock?
That is what I would do.
It's a good backup.
I feel like that seems interesting.
Yeah, I think that might be good.
That as a character, knowing that you can do this, you would not be able to resist the temptation to do it.
I feel like my instinct would be like, oh shit, what am I gonna do? And then I do that. Yeah.
Because when you're a god, you use your template whenever you can.
Behind?
While you guys are like putting stuff together.
You're just gonna prepare.
I go to grab a duffel bag and realize
I'll be upstairs.
Oh, you're not gonna come with us.
Oh yeah.
Because I'm gonna be not myself.
How does this Arthur comes down the stairs and what are you saying, Arthur? How does the scene go?
Yeah, we need to.
Boros is here with the blue coats.
So Caelin, you and I don't work here.
This is me peeking out through the crack before I escape.
No,
because they might still need my help before I have to escape.
We should.
He says that Voros is here with the blue coats, I go upstairs.
We aren't going to be able to
fight. Do you need to take anything with you? Ring?
And so I go upstairs.
Well, I can't carry all these gems and gold.
No, I'm talking... So. Is there anything specifically linked to a heist that you need to take with you? Like the diamond? That's what I'm saying. Take those things.
That's why you have 8 coins.
Great.
We showed it to the
No problem then. Okay, cool. As long as we don't have any items.
It'll take some time to make sure that the entrance to the sewer is properly disguised. So okay. you and I go down there.
Sure.
And
we don't know where this leads, by the way. We've never been in it.
When we constructed it, we must have figured that way.
Yeah, I feel like you guys would have figured it out.
We were involved in constructing it.
There's a backstory existing.
Okay, all right.
It would also be
and we're gonna need
the
help
dumbest thing ever for a game to have an escape tunnel and then have no idea where it goes. It's like, we never finished the construction. It only goes into this path.
So you have to know where it goes.
We're not morons.
So one of you guys has to like clean up after us because we can't, make it look like there's no entrance to a sewer from the sewer side. Probably.
No, because it's like a false door. You open it and you close it behind you.
It's like a false. It's a false back to the wardrobe.
Yeah, you can close it behind you.
I'm getting my story. I got my story together.
We'll do that.
Okay, so Ptolemy, then you guys are jetting out through the secret underground caverns, and Ptolemy heads up the stairs.
Okay.
So as you go up, you can see through the windows like this squadron of about 20 bluecoats, all kind of waiting. They look kind of nervous.
Can we hear kind of like what's going on the street because we're going under the sewer and we can hear it through like the grates?
Yeah, a little bit. You can hear like the clomping of feet.
Yeah,
and stuff.
Let's just stand away. Yeah.
And
listen. Like just listen under there.
Well, I was thinking like get to a rooftop nearby and listen. Either way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
that's a good idea. I like that. I like that idea.
You can do either one. Let me know where you guys want to put yourselves.
Okay. I would rather be able to see and listen.
I agree.
So I think let's make a little rooftop nearby.
Okay, like clamber up. So
sure. Or like, up on a fire escape or something.
Yeah.
Not too high.
I think a rooftop makes the most sense in Night Market.
Sure.
I'm still already where I said I was.
Okay. Wait, where was that?
Just on the other side of the wardrobe door, peeking through.
Okay, just in case Ptolemy needs you. Okay. So you can see this squadron, about 20 bluecoats, and they all look kind of nervous and on edge because it's like it's early in the morning. People should be like around the night market during this time, doing their morning shopping, that sort of thing. But they've kind of cleared out since they see this huge squadron of bluecoats at the door of Havelocks. So the street and alleyways leading up to your door are gone. They're dead. Like nobody's there.
So I see this, and I'm a little bit antsy, and so what I do is I go and I grab the nearest like black fabric thing and wrap it around, kind of like almost like a shawl or like a cloaky sort of gothic-y sort of look, because I am ready for this Skurlock thing.
Okay,
like this seems like. Whatever would be like most appropriate Skurlock looking,
like intimidating.
I mean, he normally wears just like really fine, like a really fine like vest coat and stuff like that, like regal old fashioned clothing.
Yeah, I'm probably not actually wearing that at the moment. I mean, like unless you would consider something like this to be something he would wear.
Nah, he probably looks a little bit different than that. But like if you want to wear something like that,
Well, anyway, I feel like being a fashionista, I think I grabbed something that is gonna
it's gonna play it off.
Yeah, it's gonna play it off.
All right, cool. So so do you change your face or?
Yeah, it's
are you waiting for them to make the first move, basically?
No, because I decided to change my face before. Because I have no clue whether or not they're just gonna like knock or if they're just gonna first instinct knock down the door. Right. So I'm already prepared I am Skurlocked out.
Okay, cool. Are you like walking outside or?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm not walking outside.
So you see what you assume to be the commanding officer of this bluecoat group here to squadron, I guess? Nah, maybe. To come up through the crowd of bluecoats. Boris is obviously standing in the back. You can see like he kind of nervously like leans on his cane and leans around the shoulders of the men so he can get a better view of what's going on. And the commander comes up to the door and like bangs on it really loud, just bang, 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 bang. He's like, "Open up in the name of the governor."
I don't open on the first knock.
Okay. Ptolemy Havelock, you are ordered under the name of the governor to open this door.
Okay, that's when I go to the door, and I fling it wide.
Okay.
And I sort of very theatrically, I'm like, gentlemen, what brings you here today?
Let me just check something real quick here. I'm gonna do 2 dice for luck because it doesn't seem that likely, but I want to see. Nah, okay. So the guard like pauses for a second and he looks at you, and then you can see the blue coat like realization comes over his face, and he goes, Lord Skurlock?
Would it be anybody else?
We had, and he's glancing back, and Voris is like leaning around to see, and you see like Voris see Skurlock, and he like his eyes kind of grow wide a little bit, and he goes, what is this? And so the commander goes, I'm terribly sorry. Were you attending this residence? Were you receiving patron? Were you buying something here?
No, not buying something here. I actually was thinking about purchasing the business. See, Ptolemy Havelock allowed me to take a look at the place. He's out at the moment, looking for materials. He'll be back in a little bit, I suppose, but I'm thinking about maybe renovating this place. It's in a nice area.
You say he'll be back shortly?
Well, I don't really know for sure. I mean, he wasn't very clear about where he was going or how long he'd be gone, but
his eyes like narrow, and you can see that he's studying your face like really closely. Yeah. Like he's looking, like he thinks this is a disguise, right? But he can't find any flaw. Like he's like, oh my gosh, it's actually Lord Skurlock. And then he pauses for a second and goes, well, that's very peculiar that the owner of the shop would just go off and leave in the middle of the day and leave you to your devices.
I enjoy having some solitude when I'm making great decisions.
And he pauses for a sec and says, then you won't mind if my men and I come in and have a look around and wait for Havelock to return?
You want to take a look around my establishment?
What? Yes.
What is it that you're here for?
Havelock is suspected of being associated with a number of crimes and criminal activities. We're here to take him away and see that he gets due justice. You would actually do well not to get into business with him. He is a known swindler and cheat.
You're going to talk to me about what I should and shouldn't do with my business?
No, I'm just simply advising you.
You have advisors that have people like him for breakfast.
Yeah, I'm wondering if I should make a roll.
The fact that he would even suggest that anyone would leave you to your own devices, not knowing who you are, is so insulting.
Yeah, I was just thinking, do I need if I should make a roll for anything, or should I just say like?
I think you should ask why Voris is here.
It's like,
oh yeah,
like point out that what they're doing is actually like illegal.
I mean, if you want to actually make a difference here, you're gonna have to.
They don't have a warrant,
right?
Yeah.
You can't just like
warrants exist, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
They have proof. They just have suspicion.
Warrants aren't really a necessary thing.
Okay.
The citizenry don't have a right to resist the Bluecoats.
Okay, I'm going to.
But Skurlock is rich, so
he's got all the right he needs.
Yeah.
Is he just rich? He's like
he's
super
got,
well known.
Isn't he noble?
He's not noble. He has prestige as old money.
Okay, listen to this.
So he has connections that this Bluecoat commander's thinking, hey, this commander who came by Havelocks, he's never getting a promotion. And he's like, oh geez, I can't.
Okay.
Also, isn't he somewhat known as also being like a criminal?
Dark magic-y?
No.
Okay, listen.
No, he's not. He's just known as being eccentric.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So we met him in like his secret base.
Listen to this. Yeah. I'm paying 2 stress.
Okay.
I'm using Rook's Gambit. I'm going to use command, and I'm going to tell them to leave.
CTFO?
Yes.
Get the fuck out of my
Skurlock don't mess around.
Oh man. Okay.
Do you want to aid?
I think a command that direct to this, especially with Voris there, is going to be risky. Because of the disguise. You will have great effect.
How will he aid? He's in the cabinet.
I have 4. So. That is a 6.
Sweet. You did it. Okay, so what do you say? How's this go out?
Okay, let me just think for a while. I'll keep it short and sweet. I'll basically just say nothing that you
should insult Boris.
So there's a couple of avenues you can take. Insulting Boris is definitely a good one. Undermining Boris's authority is another good option.
I'd rather undermine him than insult him.
Okay.
You could also virtually pull rank on the blue coat, where you're just like, do you have any idea who the hell I am? Like, yeah.
I basically just want to say, like, run along now. Much more important things that are way above what you could even imagine is going on, and you're interfering.
Yeah.
So, toodaloo.
Yeah.
And then I kind of want to just be like...
So he kind of like stammers for a second. The commander's like, sir, we can't... He's like glancing back at Boris. We can't. And then he like looks in your eyes for a second and he goes, We'll be sure to make a full report, sir. And he turns around and like walks away.
And I close the door.
Okay. So...
And not like a slam, but definitely like a...
Yeah. So through the window you can hear like a bunch of the bluecoats like kind of like talking. You guys can see this. Yeah, so I'll get to that in a sec. So you can see a bunch of the bluecoats like talking and chattering to each other.
Poor little level 1 fit though.
Then Boris like basically like Cain walks up to the commander and you guys can see this exchange, and he goes, I just thought there was a spine underneath that blue coat of yours, and he pokes the guy in the chest. Get out of my way, I'll do this myself. And he hobbles up to the door to Havelock's and bangs on it. Skurlock! No. Skurlock, get your wrinkly ass out here!
Yikes!
Get your wrinkly ass out there.
I don't open the door.
Skurlock, listen to me. You'll regret this. You've crossed me for the last time. You hear me? I know it was you, Skurlock. I understand the connections now, yes. My statue goes missing and now I find out you're involved? Yes, obviously.
That's actually where it went.
Skurlock?
From here, I cannot see him, but can I hear him?
We should have been like
I'd
the
say
mayor
probably.
of
He's
the
probably
city.
screaming.
I think you can hear like muffled shouts, like because you're like down behind the wardrobe, you know.
What is the exact area of effect for ghost influence? Is that like
compel?
Yeah, is that like something where?
Remember how Skurlock was like, "Don't associate my name with what you did."
It's not something that you have. Yeah. It's something where you like have to be able to see what's going on.
Okay.
You can't be in whole other region of the city and be like, ghost in Silk Shore, attack ghost, person in dock.
I'm gonna sneak back up to the front so I can get line of sight on Voros.
Okay. Yeah, I think you can get to the position where you can see him through the window.
Okay, so I don't have to like roll for that?
Yeah.
Alright. In that case, I am going to attempt to find a ghost if is there one nearby.
Yeah, it's the night market. People get mugged here all the time.
Great. Voros needs to get possessed. His soul is not good.
So you're just gonna order you're gonna call up a ghost and order it to possess him.
Yes.
Okay.
No matter how much he's gonna pound on this door,
it's gonna be controlled, 0 effect.
No matter how much he pounds on this door,
it'll make him look weak.
I'm not opening this
It'll make
door.
him look weak.
Okay.
0 effect is another one of those wasted, useless efforts then.
You can push yourself for limited if you really want to do it. But because of the fictional situation that I know...
Do you think that he's going to keep at it, or do you think eventually he'll give up?
No, that's not fair, James. It's limited effect. Controlled limited effect.
Alright. If it's limited, I'll try it.
Okay.
Because it's worth trying something. Alright.
6.
That's at least a 6. Does that count as a 5 or not a real thing yet?
Roll it again. It's cocked.
It could be a 6.
No. Okay, 6. Yeah. So you're like, you can kind of see, through the windows. You're like watching. You got the angle on him, and Voros is like banging on the door, and then you guys see on the rooftops this ghost of like this older man who has like all these scars along his face and a huge gut stab wound right here, just like comes like floating out of an alley and turns towards the like gang of bluecoats, and the bluecoats turn and they see this ghost, and they like a couple of them like freak out and they're like oh gee, and he like a couple of them like run away down the alleyways, and Voros like turns and sees the ghost, and he turns and sees the ghost and like mutters to himself for a second, like you can't really hear what he says, and the ghost comes sailing forward and leaps, grabs onto Vorus's arms, and he stumbles back a bit, and he's like, ah! And then the ghost like suffuses itself in, just like. You guys see this, and Vorus like freezes for a second as he stands there grabbing his. You see him stand there grabbing his cane, and then he like grabs his cane and lifts it up and slams it down on the cobblestones. And he goes, oh, and he like relaxes and snaps his neck.
Does he absorb ghosts?
And then hunches over a bit again. And
maybe that's how he lives.
Level 1.
I have a cane to steal in the near future.
He shouts back through the doorway and says, "A good attempt, Skurlock. The next move shall be mine." And he like turns around and hobbles away down the alleyway.
Maybe like ghosts like give him the ability to live forever. Have you ever thought about that?
Scandalo.
No.
Scandalo.
If that could be done, no. I'm gonna say right now, it's not a thing.
Ay, que triste.
So as Vorus goes hobbling away, like the commander goes. He like doesn't really know what to do, and he like blows a whistle and gathers up his squad, and they like kind of just like disperse.
Wow.
I come up from behind the back area and the front area and go, "Masterfully done, Lord Skurlock. Your command of the spirit world has improved."
Yes, quite. Yes, and we have some renovations to take care of. Oh.